Well, hello Scorpio, and welcome back to PeonyLore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So this is going to serve for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Scorpio from June the 14th through the 20th. And yes, I know it's past the 14th. I'm just getting back from my daughter's college graduation. But the majority of the content of change is really going to happen on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I feel comfortable and confident that you'll be able to receive this information for all that's intended. Highest and best good for all that are willing to receive the messages from Spirit. It's my intention always. So as we've done, we're going to use the Sacred Geometry deck for the overall theme based on what Spirit wants to be able to share with you. And we will use a couple of cards to dig into some of the energies from the past till now, so that it will help me understand a little bit where things are at as cards are pulled for this remainder of the week. Ooh. So which is it? Well, you get more than one. You have the Merkaba, which is healing all levels of being. You also have Metatron's Cube, which is the All and the Akashic Records. So, card 15 reduces down to 6, and this is Master Energy of 4. So there is some significance when it comes to stability. So let's just back the truck up and let's talk about, this is not meant for you. Let's back the truck up and talk about what's going to happen on the 20th. First and foremost, we're getting ready to have our 5th celestial body going into retrograde. That's Jupiter. And Jupiter really is about changes in finance. And, you know, I have to do it this way. So when we talk about retrograde and it appears as though things are going backwards a little bit, what's really happening is a review of the things that need to go on so that when it starts to go forward, it, like that rubber band just shoots way off. So that's a big, important deal. The other thing that happens is summer solstice. Backing up from, and Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of those that support the divine masculine, whether you're feminine or whether you're masculine, whether you're natural born father, whether you're an adoptive father, whatever the case may be, the kids need you. And so we appreciate you and we applaud you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't know why this is more significant. I didn't mention it in the past couple of readings, but there is something specific for somebody or a few people out there that are going to be participating in Juneteenth. So many new organizations are starting to appreciate and put time on the books as another official day. So several of you are going to have an opportunity to have an extra day. Not everyone, obviously, but a lot of people are going to be able to have some time to see what that means for them. So I encourage you to take a look at that tradition. Just Google it. I'm not going to sit here and spend 1,000 years talking about it, but I do think it's a beautiful thing. Then on Thursday, the 17th, we have the first quarter moon in the sign of Virgo. I don't normally talk about the quarter moon. I normally just talk about the full moon and the new moons, but you know, the stages of the moon, the phases of the moon all have significance in as much as you want to be able to absorb and appreciate and accept. And that's fine if you don't. But even if you don't, someone else in your energies could be participating in that exchange of energy that's potential to happen. But when Virgo, when the first quarter moon goes in, it's going into the sign of Virgo. And up until this point, Libra has been in play. Okay, and Libra's trying to balance out some of the different retrograde energies that we have now with the 4 still in play. So it's trying to give people a little bit of a break, trying to get a little bit of a breather. And when Virgo hits, it's that grounded energy that pops through, and it's asking you to be more practical. It's asking also that you be practical, because when you hit the weekend of the 20th and all those different big energies are coming into play, it really is time for significant soul searching time, connection with spirit time, and it's also a time to listen to what other people have to say. Seek first to understand so that you can be understood. So there's some negotiation energy that's in that mix, and it's important that you understand practical ways that you can start applying that now that you know about it in advance, right? Because that's why we tune into tarot, to get a step ahead of the game, see what's kind of showing up on the red carpet for us. So having had said that, you've got two big main energies here. So Metatron's cube is talking about the all and the Akashic records, and again the Merkaba is talking about healing on all levels of being. So I do know that there's going to be some context that is going to be significant for you, Scorpio, with foundation and finance. That's basically how I'm gonna state that. What I do want to do now is go into the main energies. We're going to use a Thoth Tarot deck here, and I want to get a few cards that talks about kind of how did we get to this point. Give me a few pieces of information about the energies that Scorpio is in from recent past up until now, please. Wow. Knight of Discs. So this is, well, it's the Nine of Coin. It's the Nine of Discs. It is, it is earth and energy in itself. This is Taurus energy. And the Knight of Discs is the promise of something coming to you, but it's slowly coming to you. The Knight of Discs comes very slowly because he's meticulous with crossing all of the T's and dotting all of the I's and being very precise. Slow and steady, winning the race. So that's good. Whoa. The Five of Wands, the Five of Wands energy. In this card, it's called strife. Now, what that really is internal confusion. It's kind of beating yourself up a little bit because no one else is really, I mean, there could be like a little teeny tiny bit of competition, but more than not, it is you beating your own self up for some reason. Second guessing something really is what that boils down to. It is a 5. It's the beginning of the energy, so there's potential for you to navigate yourself out of that particular energy. Okay. Wow. Thank you. Okay. 9 of Swords. This card is titled Cruelty. Yes, I'll take this one as well. Got it. And then we have the Wealth card sitting in the reverse position. So what's happening is, whatever the prior energy was, Scorpio, you know that something is due you, owed to you, is coming for you. You are contemplating, it's like you're crunching numbers in your brain. That's what I see, like a calculator, like you're crunching numbers, like trying to make the math work, trying to figure out how you need to make ends meet, how you need to navigate that part of the earth and energy. The Cruelty card that comes up here is the 9 of Swords, and so that indicates restlessness, anxiety, a lot of lack of sleep because you're keeping yourself up with all these mental thoughts. Subconscious information is coming through. It's affecting your sleep. What's going on in your sleep is past energy that came up to that point, like you're reliving the same moment like over and over again, like Groundhog's Day in a sense. That may not resonate with everyone, but there are a few people out there I know for sure, because I'm just seeing the energy bodies that are going to gravitate towards this content. And at the end of the day, we do have the 10 of Pentacles. This is actually titled Wealth. Now, this deck doesn't normally stand to be read in the reverse position. However, I'm going to leave it there because there's a few different components that need to pop out. And again, this is prior energy. So energies that are leading up to this point. You're fearful, or there has been fear about really around your pocketbook. So that is the Pentacles energy that we were talking about before here. And obviously if your money is affected, then it affects and shakes your foundation. So that's just natural sequence. What I want to do now is I want to clarify this strife, because that's the one that's really bothering me. Not that these others aren't important, but this has the ability to set the tone for the other things that need to happen, okay? And then we'll put them back in the deck, and if they need to come back out, then that'll just be universe's way of telling you that this was something very significant that you're still holding on to that we need to be able to work through, okay? So, talk to me about this strife for our Scorpios, please. What's happening? Okay. Scorpio, we have Temperance, okay? And we also have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position. So you're trying to balance something with work or apprenticeship or mastery at this particular moment. Really, really hard. I'm being told some of you are going to be on the cusp with Libra, so you might want to go take a look at a portion of that reading. This had to do with a change in position. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to mean a job loss, but it does mean a change in status for where you were, which is where this energy is coming from. It could have been the loss of anything that was significant to you. It doesn't, if it had nothing to do with a career or a job or a something, okay? It was significant enough for you that Temperance now comes in. So when Temperance comes in, this is the Aeon card. This is the universe working behind the scenes to help you balance and restore balance in you, okay? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's that alchemy that happens behind the scenes from universe. So they're working on something for you, or they had their hands on something. I'm going to take one more card. The Moon card in the reverse position. What they're telling me is the season is upon you. That's what they're telling me. The season is upon you, meaning this transition, this period that's getting ready to happen is going to be significant as far as restabilizing. Whatever needed to come out, came out. And it was a lot of subconscious information, that there were some things that you didn't have. Yes, very similar to Libra in that the Emperor pops out, this major arcana for Aries. Control, being in control, being organized, being a leader, leadership. So something is different with your day-to-day. Middle of the roads, fives are, you know, typically about changes. So middle of the road energy. So there's opportunities to adjust when the fives come through. However, I have to say this, if we get a few more fives on the board here, then that'll tell me that it's absolutely going to be in your favor, because 555 is the instrument of universal change for you. Progression, steady, 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 steady. The rabbit and the tortoise, the tortoise and the hare, slow and steady. Knight of Discs, progressive, consistent, beneficial change. So that's a lot. That would keep a lot of people up, and that's natural energy, okay? So we're gonna put these back because there isn't really anything else that I need to be able to see from those. Like, again, if they happen to pop back out, then we will know that that energy is still with you, but at least I know that that energy has been significant for you in the recent past, okay? Very recent, last few days, maybe 5 to 7 days. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull the energies for Scorpio for the 14th through the 20th. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's the Moon card. This one is actually screaming guidance at this particular moment. So the Moon card, thank you, we'll take them in sequence. The Moon card does talk about subconscious. It talks about dreaming. it's heavily in intuition, following your intuition. There's a lot of guidance that's coming through. What they're sharing with me is that when the eclipse happened, this was like the turning point, like one of the big turning points that kicked a few different things into gear. And so it's steady. So this card, I love this depiction of what the moon card is doing, because it really is talking about the sun is available for you to get through this energy here with this moon that you're following. And the two individuals on the side here stand for the pillars, right? And so they're asking you to stick within the guidance and go straight up this lane. Continue to be guidance, continue to seek the guidance. There's the sun card, Leo energy, a 4 of Wands. In this deck, it's titled Completion. The end of an old beginning, the end of an old cycle. Something was completed. I know it looks like the wheel, but it's completion, okay? 4 of Swords. 7 of Cups, indecision. And then 3 of Cups, abundance. There's going to be some great stuff coming, I can tell you that. So there's a couple of warning cards that are in here as well, though. A couple more. That was fast. We'll take them. The Emperor pops back up here in the upright position. Now we also have the 8 of Cups. So there's a graduation from the 7 to the 8. And then we also have the 8 of Rods, which is very swift information. 8, that's also abundance. I'm just double checking everything else that's here. But let's back this up just a nub and let us see what the bottom of this deck has to give us, because this is going to be awesome. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles energy, 3 of Discs, expansion. And there will be some collaboration in this expansion for you. We're going to do some clarifiers. I'm going to put these off to the side here. The moon, let's get into it. Let's figure out what else the moon has. This intuition, this knowing, this subconscious detail. Scorpio. Yeah, that eclipse. Ace of Cups, restoration, judgment. So judgment meaning, are you ready for what the universe is going to give you? You have to be 100% all up, all in with letting the old go. Did you learn the lessons? Can you do something now with the information going forward? But when judgment comes, it really is the ability for you to be able to receive your rewards. It is also Scorpio energy in a sense that it's about transformation, okay? But being restored with this Ace of Cups, a gift from the universe, okay? The Sun card, Leo energy. Whatever the sun touches, it expands naturally. What do we have for our Scorpios for the Sun card, please? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Tower in reverse. Mercury. No, Mars. Sorry, Mars energy. The Tower was there for you. But the letdown that happened with this Tower, the surprise moment, was not as bad as it shoulda, coulda, woulda. It was the universe's way of one more time. There we go again. 3 of Pentacles, showing you the way towards expansion. Okay. Foundation, 3-legged stool stands just as strong as a 4-legged stool. So expansion, the beginning of something new and prosperous. Triple benefits. The Tower came down as gently as it possibly could. because basically the sun is shining on this Three of Pentacles moment, this collaboration, this expansion for you, this completion that you went through. So this this Aries energy in Venus, being King of Cups, it's possible that you have a water sign, because this definitely does not feel like you to me. This does not feel like your energy, Scorpio. It can be, but it doesn't feel like it to me. But the King of Cups being completely contented in the change that happened. Four of Wands energy, again, that 11 energy. Several signs have gotten it thus far. Venus energy, supportive. There's the Emperor again. This is you. I know it sounds funky, but this is you. This is you. We're not even a king at this particular moment. You are so set up for what needs to happen for you next. This is so similar as far as I'd say content and theme for Libra. Some of you really do need to go back and take a look at that reading. The Emperor is the epitome of organization. He rules everything. The kings report up to him, okay? Masculine, the divine masculine coming through to guarantee that there will be order in this particular house. Literally your house, your four walls, consistency, joy, playfulness. Positive events showing up in the home. Reconstruction. And satisfaction. One more on the Emperor and this Four of Wands moment. Four of Cups. Offer. There's an offer. So now we're at 4-4. So what we've got here is an offer that is coming to you. You may not see this one coming specifically. It's going to come in very genteel-like. And it's the King of Cups. So this is someone that is, again, because this isn't you. You are the Emperor in this one, Scorpio. The King of Cups is going to be offering you something. You may not see it coming, and it may not be in a shiny wrapper, so to speak. But when this offer comes, you should really take time to investigate what this is before you say no. You can always do what you want, but I would encourage you strongly to take a listen, okay? We're going to move now towards this Seven of Cups moment. Now, the Seven of Cups in this deck is called debauchery. And what it means is that you're so, all these things are happening, you're so in your head, you can't make a decision sometimes. What you really have to be able to understand is the Emperor needs for you to be organized, right? Start with 1, then go to 2, then go to 3, so that you can take advantage of all these new opportunities, really, because that's what the Seven of Cups is. It's all these beautiful, bountiful opportunities that are coming for you. Don't get twisted with all of the stuff. You don't have to do everything right away. Start with the lowest hanging fruit and then go up as you're ready to process and manage whatever it is that you're going to do with that fruit, right? So that's what that energy is about, but I do want to get a clarifier. Excuse me. It's possible that you think that this offer that's going to come through is going to be not something for you and will kind of impose on what you may have in the back of your mind for dreams and moving forward with a couple of different things. We do have a couple of different cards that popped out for this one as well. So the first thing that we have is Five of Pentacles. Pretty much what I was saying, there's work that's being done behind the scenes for you. The traditional card you've seen with the people behind the church and they look all disheveled and, you know, all put out, and Spirit is doing things behind the scenes. If somebody really needed some support at that point, if they would have taken a minute to walk back into that building, that church, that synagogue, whatever you want to call it, then they would have been able to receive immediate assistance for their problem. But they were too busy being in their feels and feeling hurt and left out, that they were too much like pride. They were too much into their pride at that particular moment to turn around. So that's one of the reasons why this card shows up. There's an opportunity that's coming through. This is Spirit that's doing things behind the scenes for you. Why? Because the World card is here. a new cycle is ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. Neptunian energy here with this Fool energy. Fresh starts, fresh beginnings, youthful enthusiasm. The other thing that I'm getting for some people is that there could be a potential challenge with vehicle. And I know that's odd, but that's what they're telling me to tell you, so that's what I'm telling you. It doesn't have to be, but there's a potential, because obviously it's not going to be for everyone, but it's very likely that a few people are going to recognize that they have some challenges with their vehicle. And normally you'd see the chariot come out when it comes to the vehicle, but that's what they're telling me. Just be mindful. We're still in Mercury retrograde, so Mercury retrograde does affect technology. The Fool is also responsible for technology, but that's the image that showed up for me, was a car. Okay. All right, that's just a heads up. You know, gas, spark plugs, all the things. Okay. Love this one. Practical energy again. I told you when Virgo comes in, practical things, earthen things, things that you need to have, physical, tangible, touchable things. A vehicle is important. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but for somebody that's important. When we get to that Friday energy, now we have another 3. We have the 3 of Cups. And so the 3 of Cups is also an abundance card. The 3 of Cups is celebration as well, but it's abundance. It is universe's cup pouring into your 2 cups. So if you had the 5 of Cups and you let go of the 3 spilt ones, you still have those 2 cups that are in your hand. The universe is pouring into those cups, and it's cascading over with this new bounty of opportunity and this opulent abundance. This is exactly what it is. And here we go again. There's our Aries energy again. The Emperor's here. This is you. And I know that sounds odd, but this is you, Scorpio. Now realizing that you have what it takes in order to survey this new kingdom that's coming through with this opulence, with this abundance. And abundance doesn't always have to be physical money. I have to make sure that I point that out there for people. Don't expect some big check to come through. Maybe it will, but it can also be the abundance of restoration of your of your soul energy, of your health. It could be abundance of time, so that you can do whatever the heck it is that you want to do, right? But is an abundance of overflowingness that is going to allow you to feel, you know, put together and ready to go do the next thing. The weekend energy that we have here is the 8 of Cups. So when we get into this 8 of Cups energy, we're talking about where Pisces wants to come in and play. And the 8 of Cups is saying there's something that you still may need to let go of that you have not yet from the past, so that you can move forward with a breath of fresh air, all up, all in, 100%. But there is also an opportunity for this 8 to allow you to reflect, to make sure that you have crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's. Did you do everything that you could do? You know, wax on, wax off. Did we do all the things? And once you're confident that you've done that, and you've just had a moment to just go back and review, then you're going to feel extremely confident in the next steps that you're going to have coming forward for you. And messages are going to be coming to you very, very quickly. So the 8 of rods or wands, okay, that's Sagittarius energy that's coming through. And it's also Neptunian energy that's coming through for you as well. Neptune we'll talk about next week. But I did mention it last week. If you hadn't gotten to the point where you completed something and you didn't take care of something, Neptune next week is going to force you to do it. So you're given a heads up now on some energies that you can focus on, okay? But let's hit this abundance card real quick. Is there anything specific or special? Yes, thank you. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. Almost there. Getting yourself set up so that you can do it. You got to make a choice. There's a decision that you need to make, okay? You can't make a wrong choice, but the Queen of Pentacles is in wait for you here. I think we've talked about the Emperor till I'm blue in the face, but we're going to say it again. 10 of Cups moment. The Emperor wants to be able to bring this for you, okay? And then he's asking you just to be in this Queen of Swords energy. Soften your Soften your stance just a bit. 8 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. The energy itself. Okay. And 8 of Wands. Woohoo! Oh my God. Wish is coming through with the Major Arcana of the Star card here. Whatever you want. These messages that are coming through for you this weekend have to do with something that you put out in the ether, something you put in the universe that said you were, you put it out there. You drew it out specifically and the universe is responding. Bottom of the deck of the clarifiers, Page of Swords. There's new ideas that are coming towards you in order to get to this collaborative moment. And the next card that sits in that particular deck is the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so that is and that's called power in this particular deck, but the 4 of Pentacles is important because it really stabilizes something that was going on. So there isn't any clarification that they want me to do with any of the other decks. They're saying that pretty much wrapped everything up, but what I am going to do is I just want you to be I want you to understand that these 2 symbols right here, the Merkaba and Metatron's Cube, especially when it comes to finance, if you want to grid with this image, you can find lots of them on the interwebs. Crystal grid would be very important. And as far as the Merkaba, it's healing all levels of you, body, mind, and spirit. And that's what's getting ready to happen for you, Scorpio. And it's a really beautiful energy. There isn't really even a need for me to go into the book. They're saying we're concluded at this point. So Scorpio, I guess that's what I have for you. If you do have questions, make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section below. My contact information will be in the description box. Should you want to email me and or seek a private one-to-one, I'm happy to do that. Scorpio, this is great. It's going to be fabulous. So congratulations. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.